Hello, thank you for checking in. It's Friday, and this is supposed to be Funny Friday where we share jokes to put everyone in a good mood for the weekend. But I am still having trouble with this connection. I've got my settings back to normal. There's YouTube. I've got my settings back to normal, but most of you are having trouble getting into the Hangouts. It's giving you a notice that says you're not allowed. I don't know. I've sent invitations and I put the links on Twitter, and oh, LaCram says you're on both. Wait, I don't see you. I just see David Jones, LaCram. Try writing something to me. You're on, yeah, YouTube's working. I don't see you at all, LaCram, on Hangouts. Linda says she can't get into Google either. Why is it? It said it wouldn't let you in. Everyone's getting a message that's saying Google Hangouts won't let them in. And I sent everybody invites. I put the Twitter up, and I sent everybody invites. Allura and LaCram and N1QOV. I sent everybody invites, but why is it not working? I got the screen back to my side. Back on my side, I got it back. It says you aren't authorized to start the show. Wait, let me see. Maybe I need to send the invite after I send the show. Hi, Wing Doggy. Let me try again. I've already started the show. Why is it doing that? I have no idea why it's not sending the regular invite link. I'm trying another one. Don't send my link, but because LaCram, you say you're on, but I don't see you on here. Now it says 4 viewers, but I can't see you. Why can't the Google Hangouts? I'm in a different, yeah, this is a parallel universe. I'm sending the link that I always send. All right, wait, here. I'm going to try the link that's in the invite. Let me try this link. Maybe it's different. Maybe it's slightly different. Hang on 1 second. Something's changed. Okay, I tried sending a different link. Let me know if that, I put it on Twitter. I just put it on Twitter. Let me know if that one still gives you the same. I just put one up. I have no, why is this doing this? Like, okay, most of you are on YouTube, so you can still see. The only one I can see, it says I have 4 viewers on Hangouts, but I can only see David Jones in the chat. Okay, oh, Linda Polly just joined. Did the new one that I just put up, the new one that I just put up on Twitter, that one worked? Oh, what's that gigantic thing? We just put it. Oh, Marcel just joined? Sturgis just joined? Okay. The newest one I just put on Twitter, I think works. Did that one went through normally? The newest one, Linda and Sturgis guy, all the people who just got in. Marcel. There's 2 different link places. Yeah, I don't know why. Okay, normally I just use the link that's at the top of the page, and that's the one that's been giving you guys problems. So this time I sent invites, and that still didn't work. For anyone who's on YouTube that wanted to get in Hangouts, the last Twitter that I sent has the newest link that works. But now, when I click on the invites, hi, St. Clinton. Now when I click on the invites, I have to use that link. I don't know why that's changed. All I did was update Norton. I don't know why it changed all these settings, but there you go. So anyone who was on YouTube that wanted to get in the Hangouts, the newest link I tweeted on Twitter, the last one, not the first 2, the last one is the one that gets in. I don't know. I don't know why it all changed, but okay, we'll figure it out. Hi, St. Clinton. All right, so let me see who's here. Yeah, Norton broke Google, I think. All right, I haven't said hello properly. All right, we got Clinton and Sturgis guy and David Jones and Marcel. Marcel says it's not Norton, it's you. Wait, no, but I didn't. Marcel, them's fighting words. Them's fight. Prepare to put up your dukes. David Jones says, ah, the mutiny. David Jones says Marcel is right. Ah, the mutiny. Et tu, Brute? Even Linda's ready. Oh, even Linda says, oh, I guess it's you. No! Well, let me say hello to everyone. And oh, and Wing Doggy, yeah, for anyone who's on YouTube that wanted to get in the Hangouts, the latest Twitter link that I put up is the one that worked. David Jones says, you're late to that. David Jones says, you were 3 days late for the Ides of March. I'm always late. All right. So, okay, well, I figured out how to get it to work. Let me say hello to everybody, Allure Star and Shocker and Sturgis Guy and Tesis and Hudson Dave and Sam and St. Clinton and Eric and Petey and Tim and Ryan and Photo and Philip and Mark Mean and Star Raven and Ian G. Jonas and Fairies Lover, and Lucky Girl, and Azure Yusuf, and the Crim, and Marcel, and Jim Dandy, and Sturgis Guy, Bill Knaus, and Scott Kimmis, and Joe Barney, and Red Stapler, and John McCain, and Terry Sue, and Brett, and Joe Barney, and N1QOV, and Cosmic Joe, and Jay Dullman, and Sam, and St. Clinton, and Wing Doggy. Let me make sure I didn't miss anyone. Hello! Yes, wait. Well, Marcel says, will she still remember next week? Yes, I'm not using the top link now at the top of the page that is the link that I've used forever. And I have to open the invitation page. And the invitation page, usually there's a link and then there's the names. And I usually just in the add the names. Now I took the link that's in the invitation page, and that's the last one I put on Twitter, which is different from the one that's on the top of the page. And I don't know why, but I never did it that way before. This is all changed. All I did was update Norton, and my settings and everything got all wackadoo. Marcel says it's genius. I believe that there were gremlins, secret internet gremlins that purposely messed up my Wing Doggy says if everyone goes to their Google Plus page, the link is always there. See, Wing Doggy, I never go to the Google Plus. I never figured out Google Plus. Wing Doggy is the only one I think that ever figured it out. Blonde gremlins. Don't feed her after midnight. Ah! Et tu brute! So, hello everybody who's still on YouTube, Sam and N1QOV and anyone else who's there, and Philip. Hello. Oh, Marcel has a joke. Oh, wow. Okay. A man in his mid-40s bought a new BMW and was out on the interstate for a nice evening drive. The top was down and the breeze was blowing through what was left of his hair, and he decided to see what the engine had in it. As the needle jumped up to 80 miles per hour, he suddenly saw flashing red and blue lights behind him. There's no way they can catch me in this BMW, he thought to himself, and opened her up. 90, 100, cruising down the highway at 100 miles an hour. Finally, reality hits him, and he knew he shouldn't keep running from the police, so he slowed down and pulled over. The cop comes out to him and took his license without a word, and then examines it in the car, and he says, "It's been a long day. This is the end of my shift, and it's Friday the 13th. I don't feel like any more paperwork. So if you can give me a good excuse for your driving that I haven't heard before, you can go." So the guy thinks for a second and says, "Last week my wife ran off with a cop. I was afraid you were trying to give her back to me." Without a word, the officer says, "Have a nice weekend," and turns and walks away. Ah! Thank you, Marcel. Oh, and Linda's got a joke. A little girl goes to her, is sitting on her grandfather's lap and says, "Grandpa, did God make me?" "Yes," Grandpa replies. And she says, "Did God make you too?" "Yes," Grandpa says. "Well," the little girl says, looking at his wrinkles and thinning hairs, "he sure is doing a better job nowadays." Ah! Hey! Go talk to your mother! Scram! So, yay, we've got 2 jokes for Funny Friday! We're getting back on track, guys. Just a little bump in the road. Oh, Marcel says, a woman was at her doctor's office. She was seen by one of the new doctors, but after 4 minutes in the examination room, she burst out screaming and ran down the hall. An older doctor stopped and asked her what the problem was, and she explained that he had her sit down and relax in another room. The older doctor goes back to the first and says, what is the matter with you? Mrs. Terry is 63 years old. She has 4 grandchildren and several grandchildren. And you told her she was pregnant? The new doctor smiled smugly as he continued writing on his clipboard. Cured her hiccups, didn't it? Bye, Sam. Oh, Linda's got one. What did one DNA say to the other DNA? Do these jeans make my butt look fat? No, your butt makes your jeans look fat. Marcel says, a little boy calls 911. He says, hello, I need your help. 911 says, all right, what is it? What's wrong? And the little boy says, 2 girls are fighting over me. And 911 says, so what's the emergency? The ugly one is winning. Hey. Linda says she likes my pants. Oh, yeah. My favorite rainbow leopard leggings. It's a rare rainbow leopard. Actually, it's not quite a rainbow. It's yellow, blue, and pink stripes, actually. So not a full rainbow. Yeah, I don't have any green or purple. You need green and purple to make it a rainbow. David Jones says, do rainbow leggings make your butt look big? Only if your butt is big. I'd say my butt is small-ish, smallish. I'd say my butt is plenty big enough for a skinny girl. Marcel says, yeah. I'm okay with my butt. I think, you know, as far as all the weird pressure that women get on their bodies, you're too fat, you're too skinny, you're too fat, you're too skinny, you're too fat, you're too skinny. I'd like to say that I'm totally fine with my butt and my body. It's a good place to be as a woman because you get a lot of advice. Everybody tells you how your body is supposed to be. You should gain weight. You should lose weight. You should gain weight. Just have to say, stop telling people how their body is supposed to be. David Jones says frozen yogurt makes your butt look big. Shut up, Marcel. Oh, Linda's got a long one here. A teacher was teaching her 2nd grade class about the government for some homework one day, and she told the students to ask their parents what the government is. When little Johnny got home that day, he went up to his dad and said, Dad, what's the government? Dad thought for a while and said, look at it this way. I'm the president, your mom is Congress, the maid is the workforce, and you are the people, and your baby brother is the future. I still don't get it, responds little Jimmy. Well, why don't you go to sleep on it then? Maybe you'll understand it better in the morning. Okay, so Jimmy goes to bed, and in the middle of the night, little Jimmy was awakened to his baby brother's crying. He went to his baby brother's crib and found that the baby brother had taken a crap in his diaper. So little Johnny went to his parents' room to get help. When he got to his parents' bedroom, he looked through the keyhole to see if his parents were asleep. Through the keyhole, he saw that his mom was loudly snoring, but his dad wasn't there. So he went to the maid's room. When he looked through the keyhole, he saw his dad with the maid! Oh, little Johnny was shocked. But then he just realized something, and he thinks, oh, now I understand the government. The president is screwing the workforce. Congress is fast asleep. Nobody cares about the future, and nobody cares about the people, and the future is full of shit. Ah! Thank you, Linda. Marcel's got another joke. A young man approached a very beautiful woman in the supermarket and says, I've lost my wife. I've lost my wife here in the supermarket. Can you talk to me for a couple of minutes? And the beautiful woman says, why? Because every time I talk to a beautiful woman, my wife appears out of nowhere. A radar? Who's that? Who's that? Wait, who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Who? What's her name? Just saying a few things I might have said over the years. Who? Who's she? Sound familiar to any of you? It just says no. Okay, Marcel has another one. His wife says, honey, why do you go out on the balcony every time I start singing? The husband says, because if I don't, because I'm afraid people think I'm beating you. Blah. Oh, that doesn't sound like singing. I like that one, Marcel. It's Funny Friday, where we share jokes to put everyone in a good mood for the weekend. I hope you're all going to have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. So, I'm sorry about the last couple of days. That was really annoying with that, but I think we got it figured out now. Linda says, tomorrow she gets to eat some of Donna's famous chili. Yum. Oh, speaking of chili, that reminds me, there was a video, I don't know if any of you guys saw this, there's a video that was on like YouTube or something, but a little kid, like a year and a half old, like still sitting in a high chair, can talk a little bit. I don't think he's quite 2, I'd say about a year and a half. And, can eat food, but just barely starting to talk. Little baby in the high chair. And mom serves him sloppy joes, hamburger roll with the sloppy joe mix and the hamburger on top. And he looks at it. It's the first time he's seen it. This is real. This is a video, the funniest little video. And it's my brother and his mom are eating the sloppy joes. And she goes, eat it, honey. It's sloppy joe. And he's looking at it and touches it. And he smells it and goes, it's poo! And she goes, no, honey, it's sloppy joe. And he's going, no, it's poo! And he's looking at it and pointing at it. And he's like, no. She's like, honey, it's sloppy joe. It's hamburger. Eat it. It's good. And he's like, no, it's poo. no. And she could not convince him that she wasn't serving him like diarrhea on a hamburger bun. He would not eat it. He was convinced that it was poo-poo. It was the cutest thing ever. And he was getting really distressed. Like he was thinking that his mom was trying to trick him. And he was getting very distressed that she was trying to make him eat poo. It's the cutest thing ever. Oh, Marcel has a long one. Sturgis guy said the same thing happened to him, except it was poo. Ah! An 85-year-old man requested by his doctor for a sperm count as part of his physical exam. So the doctor gave him a jar and says, take this jar home and bring it back with a semen sample tomorrow. The next day, the 85-year-old man reappeared in the doctor's office and gave him back the empty jar. The doctor says, the doctor says, what happened? And the man says, well, doc, it's like this. I tried with my right hand, I tried with my left hand, I tried with both hands, nothing. So I asked my wife for help. She tried with her right hand and her left hand, and then both hands, and her mouth, and her teeth, and nothing. Nothing. We even called up Arlene, the lady next door, and she tried too with both hands, her armpit. She even tried squeezing it between her knees, but still nothing. And the doctor was shocked. She said, what? You called your neighbor? The old man replied, yeah, and none of us could get the damn jar open. Well, the flaw in that joke is that semen samples, don't put them in a jar and bring them back the next day because they will be dead. Semen sample has to be fresh and it has to be kept at a certain temperature to keep it alive, like freezing cold or something like that. So if you did give a semen sample and brought it home in a jar, brought it back, it would be a jar full of dead. It wouldn't help. Marcel says, how do you know that? Because it's basic science, Marcel. Otherwise, Marcel, your bed sheets and your sock would be full of little animals alive. David Jones says, Lorielle knows no science. No, I know a lot of science. Yes, they die very quickly. It's not Thursday. They die very quickly when they're in the air. Linda says, cats are cool because you don't have to buy them. You can see them on the street, take them home, and they're yours. You never see a cat bought at a pet store. They just sit in the pet store. They're under there, and you're like, meow, and you're like, okay, they're cute. Let's go find one like that. No, there's lots of cats at the shelters. Marcel says, this is one for you, Linda. Marcel says, how do you get an old lady to swear? Get the old lady sitting next to her to shout bingo. Damn it! Linda's like, oh! Yeah. Oh my goodness. All right. Oh my goodness, it's already 5:55. Linda says, that's so true. Somebody always yells, damn. All right. Yeah, it's already 5:55, so I am just about to sign off. But I will be back on Monday at 5:15 Los Angeles time. So let me say goodbye to everybody. Allure Star and Shocker and Sturgis Guy and Tesis and House of Dave and Sam and St. Clinton and Eric and Petey and Tim and Ryan and Photo and Philip Chandler and Mark Mean and Star Raven and Angie Tomlinson and Fairies Lover and Lucky Girl and Azure Yusuf and the Cram and Marcel and Jim Dandy and Bill Knaus and Scott Kimmis and Joe Barney and Red Stapler and John McCain and N1QOV and Terry Sue and Brett and Joe Barney and Red Stapler and John McCain and Cosmic Joe and Jay Dahlman and N1QOV and Wing Doggy. Thank you for checking in. Kisses for everybody. Bye. Now I'm not cleaning the grill this week. Bye. It was Norton's fault. Norton messed up my... Bye. I love you guys. Bye.